We should be up and going. Let's see, y'all. Little refresher-oo. Beautiful. We are live. What up? What up? Let's see. Should be good. Yes. Beautiful. What's up, everybody? How was everybody's 4th of July? CSO, what's up, buddy? Hunter, what's up, bud? Just gonna do some organization before we really start doing anything. I've been working on the mini bike engine. I got the rod in, billet flywheel, new rocker springs. Just did the coil, gapped it. Yeah, getting there. It's almost done. Obviously, torque wrench for the nut on the flywheel. It's coming together. What are you guys getting into? How was your 4th? You guys do anything fun? I'll show you guys how she's looking. Boom. There's the billet flywheel. Woo. Again, inside we got the billet rod. We got the cam in there. And then we got the new springs for the rockers. Those are all done. Hell yeah. The 4th was chill, not too crazy. Beautiful. But yeah, it's the new motor. Working on it. The only thing I'm worried about is my lash up here for the valves. I wasn't sure if I should do it at bottom dead center or with the piston at the top. I talked to Gus. Gus said set it when it's at the top. So that's what I did. We'll hope for the best. Again, I'm no expert in anything. And all the videos I've seen, they say just set your lash to this, but they never tell you where your piston should be. So I talked to Gus, and Gus said do it at the top. So we'll see. Again, I trust Gus. So we pulled out the oil sensor so it doesn't shut off. This is the one governor gear that was on the shaft. And then the other governor gear that was on the case is out. And then the whole throttle setup along with the governor arm. So all of those have bolts in them. It's going to be a monster, guys. The mini bike's totally going to need tires because the tires are not going to like this extra power. And then obviously we got the velocity stack. Or stack, I guess you'd call it here. I don't know. I call it velocity stack. I think that's what it is. For the carburetor, the carbs jetted, ready to go. The kit came with a better head gasket, a metal one, so it's going to be higher compression. It's going to be sick, dude. It's going to be dangerous. Chris, what's up, buddy? KGM is doing some family stuff for the 4th of July, and Gus is doing some things today. He can't join, which is fine. like I said, I like talking to you guys either way, man. And don't mind the bench. This is what I'm doing right now. Before I proceed any further with this monster, I'm gonna try to clean up a little bit. I ran into a couple of headaches yesterday. Um, when I was putting the rod in, I was following Redbeard's garage, and he said torque and like this is what he does too. He says torque everything down for the rod, blah blah blah, and then like I did that, and then I paused it. I did that, and I went to the next step in the video, and then he said check for clearance for the cam, and then you had to take the rod off again, and then pull it out for clearance. I'm like, why wouldn't you just say snug it down, check for clearance, and then pull it? So I had to undo it all after I torqued it down, which I was like, son of a. So I kind of sat there for a little bit and just mellowed my rage, and then took it all apart again, did the clearance I needed to do, and then put it back in. So if you're going to do this, I recommend checking for clearance with the cam before you torque down the rod, so you don't have to go through and take it apart like I did. Honestly, partially my fault. I should have watched more before I did it, but I'm kind of like the guy that like, all right, do this. Okay, pause, do it. All right, next step. So no fault to Redbeard. It's just how he made his video. I like his content a lot. He made some awesome stuff. Another sensor for the oil. Don't need it. Stock exhaust. Don't need that, but we're going to keep it here. Here's the stock rocker springs. Super weak. With the new cam and flywheel, like you needed stiffer springs, but the stage 2 came with all of it. You just got to install it, obviously. Here's the stock cam that I took out of it. Stock little baby cam. I'm gonna keep that stuff around because who knows? My buddy has a Tilton, not Tilton, a Predator 212. And if he blows something up, I'll have spare parts for him. And this is all the stuff from the old Governor, which I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep the washers, but get rid of this stuff. It's a piece of the old. Here's the old rod. I did make a video, so you guys will see like the billet rod and stuff. Obviously, it's all installed now, but this is the stock rod. So I'll keep this too, because who knows? Maybe I'll end up with a stock 212, and I'll have stock replacement parts in case something blows up or my buddy blows up or something. Because it's never been ran. Well, I'm sure they ran it when they built it, but I've never ran it. It's brand new. So I keep all this stuff. Keep this throttle set up for the stock one. This is the governor arm that mounts it to the top here. I'm going to keep it just in case I need to make some kind of lever or something later for a different project. Again, I'm a hoarder. I need these little springs and stuff. When I was knocking this gear off, I knocked a couple teeth off, but it's not a big deal. We weren't using it. It's for the governor. So love the new motor. Yeah, it's going to be a monster, dude. What are you guys getting into this weekend? There's another piece of the governor. Don't need it. Oil sensor. Don't need it. I'm going to keep those bolts. But I figured I got to organize a little bit. This made putting the piston back in and keeping the rings where they should be. It's a ring compressor for piston rings, and it's adjustable. So obviously it's not greasy because I lubed it up before. You would put this on the head, and then all your rings are gapped, and then you can just tap it in to the head of the motor. Made it so much easier to do. And I picked it up at Harbor Freight. It's not the best one, but for like this stuff, I don't need nothing crazy. Here's a stock air box, which again, we're going to keep because again, who knows? I might end up with a stock 212. Mir, what's up, man? My feeler gauges. I actually pulled two of them off when I was gapping the coil here because it needed to be what was it? 0.040. So I pulled off the 0.035 and the 0.005 and made it 40 and gapped the coil. And they put those back on this thing. And I got tools everywhere. Honestly, I've been having a blast working on it. Couple hiccups here and there. When you pull off the oil sensor, there's a hole that you have to put a bolt through so nothing obviously comes out. And I uggoed one too many Douglas and snapped the head of the bolt off, but it was fine because I had everything out of the motor. So I just went in there with vice grips and screwed it out the rest way and put a new bolt in because I didn't want this to rattle through and come into the motor block. So fixed it, but one too many Douglas, man. Did you see I don't even know how to say that word. It's coming out with a 7 rally car. That's what I asked for when. Yeah, dude, that's sick. I'll have to look that up. That's gonna be sick. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. If there's a mod here, I tell them to post the link, but there's no mod in here yet. And we got the stock spark plug. So screw that in there so nothing gets into the motor while I'm cleaning. Yeah, it's actually going to be kind of sad to cover up this billet flywheel with the pull start. The rod is really nice too. The machining on this stuff is really, really nice. This is the other piece of the governor setup. This is the part that went through the top here and that arm I showed you earlier attached to. But we don't need that. At least it's starting to come together a little bit cleaning wise because I had stuff everywhere. Rocky Mountain Bashers, what's up, buddy? Hell yeah, brother. But yeah, I want to see that 7-scale rally car, dude. That'd be sick. We haven't had a good rally car in a long time. Gonna need this for when we set up the other side. And then yeah, we're getting there. This is the old head gasket. Honestly, it's never even been ran, so we're gonna keep it. Just in case. And then this is the new throttle plate that's going to go on top of the motor. The thing is, when you use this new throttle plate, you supposedly can't use the stock gas tank. You have to relocate it somewhere. We might finagle something so we can mount the gas tank to this as well. But I'll have to hook up the throttle and stuff first and go from there. I did get the exhaust that's on the lift right now. I did get a muffler for it. Hate me all you want. I like open header too. Sounds cool. But after a little bit of riding, it starts to beat on you a little bit. So Got this for the end of the exhaust. Now, obviously, the new air filter. It's gonna be sick, dude. Absolutely, it's gonna be a beast. Absolute beast. So I'm gonna organize some of these tools and at least put them away. I know I'll probably have to pull them back out, but like this was just me yesterday, just doing this drop, doing this drop. This is driving me insane. And again, I did film it, not all of it, because again, it's not a tutorial. Because I watch a video to do what I'm doing. It's more of a hey, look what I'm doing, not this is how you do it. I'll have Redbeard linked in the description. So if you want to do something to this, you don't have to go this crazy either. The first step, the power difference is nuts. All he did was rejet the carb and put the velocity stack on it, and the gains were nuts. Because in every step, he dynos it and then rides it, and then does another step, dynos it and rides it. And just the gains alone from the rejet and air filter was insane. It took me forever to learn how to change a little RC motor. I'd definitely be stuck trying to build anything with real gas or fuel. Hi, dude. That's why, like I said, I surround myself with smart people. When I was younger, we used to rip the governors out, but that's it. Like, we didn't put flywheels, which when you start bumping up the RPMs, you should swap out the flywheel because these stock ones here can explode. And like when I was younger, I never cared. But I'm like, yeah, if I'm going to do this and pushing all these RPMs, I'm going to need a good billet fly. And I've been watching Redbeard's garage and just doing it step by step as he does it. So don't worry about that. Don't be scared. And like I said, the first upgrade he did, I think he got 35% overall performance gains, and all he did was rejet the carb and throw an air filter on it and a velocity stack. It was nuts. Yeah, shiny billet flywheel. It's gonna be sad to cover it up. How you doing, KGM? You recovering today? Yeah, man. You just do a little at a time. And like I said, I surround myself with smart people. Like I hit up KGM yesterday to ask him questions. I talked to Gus. I've been watching Redbeard's garage. Like it's not just me. I'm just following instructions. The only thing, like I said, I'm worried about is my lash up here. But Gus said set it when the piston was at the top, and that's what I did. So I trust Gus. So I'm just gonna send it. KGM, tell your son, Mr. Mike says hi. Well, I need to organize this because this is just a mess. This is driving me nuts. This little hammer came in handy for things. Little jeweler's hammer. And it's just enough weight to like tap things but not mess anything up. Don't worry about what these are for. Steady buzz all day. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it, man. We got the velocity stack here. That's with the carb. I'm going to leave that with the carb so I don't misplace anything. This goes with the compressor for the rings. I gotta find a spot to put that. Something I won't use often, but when I need it, it's super handy to have. This little guy, don't worry about this little guy. Or this. I was getting stuff done. I use this to get off the stock flywheel. You put the nut back on. You don't do it on the billet, but the stock one, you put pressure on it and you hit the center and it pops it off. With a billet, you should use a puller. Got my valve grinded compound that goes in here. Screwdriver will leave out because we're obviously going to need it. Picks can go away for now. That's a big, yeah, exactly. That's the persuader jeweler's hammer. And this didn't work. I got a 1/4 inch torque wrench from Harbor Freight. I gotta take it back because I had it set to 20 just to work up to like 90 or whatever it was. Inch pounds. It's not foot pounds, inch pounds. And I had it set to 20 and I'm going and going and going and going and going. And like it's getting tight and super tight and super tight. And it would never click. So I set it to the lowest it goes and put it in my vise. And I'm pulling on my vise and to the point where like I locked up. So I gave it everything. And this spun in the vise. It never clicked. So this is definitely not working. You thought your MIP rules were expensive? That's a whole other game right there. Yeah. Luckily, I have a lot of these tools. Like the big this big torque wrench that I use to put the flywheel on. This is probably older than me. Luckily, my old man was a mechanic, so. And when he passed, it all became my tools. So, yeah, the mine from Harbor Freight, I almost ruined the crankcase on my Harley. Yeah, it just would not click. So I'm gonna bring it back. And when they look at this, it's all shoot up. I'm gonna be like, I tested it in a vise, and it just spun in the vise. So, and it was set to 20 inch pounds. There's no way that it shouldn't have clicked. But it was $18. But still, like, if I snapped my bolts for the rod, I would have been pissed. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The piston bolts for the rod bolts are not torqued. They're set to yeah. So we're gonna give her hell. So we got all these. I'm gonna put all these sockets away. I know I'm gonna need them, but I'd rather go into the case where they go rather than hope for the best. It took me like an hour to find the reducer. This goes from 1/2 inch to 3/8. And I have a bunch of tools in bins still that I have to put away. And but I found it, luckily. So I don't want to lose that. Wrench can go away. Again, all this stuff's gonna come back out, but this stuff everywhere is no good. Plus, I was running out of space as I was trying to work on stuff. My space, I started with the whole table, and it just got to the size of the motor. So hopefully they aren't stretched today. Yeah, so I was thinking, but I was thinking when I break this in, I'm gonna drain the oil. I might pull the side cover off and just give them a look-see to make sure they're okay, and then send it. So those can go away. That can go away. Gonna move this motor back and then start putting things away a little. Spark plug wrench or socket. It's pretty nifty too. These spark plug sockets, they have the rubber in there, so you can just like stick the spark plug on. If you're going down into like a full size truck or something, it holds it so it's not falling out. I have a bunch of these. And yes, when I use my impact, I didn't use an impact socket. Just did safety squints. Jumping it, yeah. Then we'll work up to that. My big butt on that mini bike jumping it. Hopefully that frame is strong. Gonna move this stuff back. Which is out. Here's the old jet from the old carb. We swapped that to a new jet. Here's the top of that bolt that I snapped that I told you guys about. But I was lucky because the whole block was apart. So I just back it out and put a new bolt in. This I'm not 100% sure where it goes yet. I kind of forget. Cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. All right, let's get to the tool socket set over here. We'll put this stuff away. Oh, don't ever get these. These are suck. I'm not like a tool snob by any means. Like I have everything from Craftsman to Snap-on to Ryobi stuff to whatever. But these suck. These are the Husky wrenches. One, they feel weird, like pitted. Two, I strip these out like every other time I tighten something, and it's not even crazy hard. And it fits. It's the right size. It's just like snip, and the bolt don't strip. It's the wrench itself does. And these rust like nobody's business. So I don't recommend this style Husky. I know they make other ones. The hell is that? But these are not very good. I think the next project, I know this was not even done yet, but will be a go-kart. Half-inch extension. All right. Now we actually have some room opening up, which is nice. It's just one of many socket sets I have. This is 7 mil. Nine 30 seconds. I know, riveting live stream, right? 8 mil. 3/8. 7/16. Max, what's up, buddy? 9 millimeter. Just in the wrong spot? No. Oh, there it is. This one goes over here. 7 mil. This should be quarter, yeah. Yeah, to tighten those rod bolts, you needed a 12 point socket, 1/4 inch, and whatever coating they put on them, it was you couldn't get this on. And that's why there's so many little ones out here. So I'm like, is this right? And I had to like put it on and off a few times and like loosen it up so it can actually go on. So That's why there's so many little sockets out here. 19 mil. This is a 3/8. 19. This might not have came from this set because these are 1/2 inch ones. Oh no, okay, 3/8. This is from the other socket set. 1/4 inch. That's there. That don't look like a 1/4 inch. Yeah, this is a 10 mil. Look, I found it. Put that 10 mil right there. Those always disappear. You do have to run now. My kids are somewhere. Only campground. I need to find them. All right, buddy. Have fun. What's everybody getting into this weekend, man? You guys do anything fun on the 4th? I know someone said they just chilled. Nothing crazy. This is 1/2 inch 19. Yeah. This is the reducer that took forever to find. So that's going to live in there. Again, I know I'm going to have to pull these back out, but I want to start fresh today. 6 mil. That's a 6, really? Little 1/4 inch extension. It's going to live up there. Riveting live stream, I know. 5/8. Sergeant J, my man, what's up, buddy? 12 mil. Just organizing for the next step on this bad boy. I had tools everywhere. It's 10 mil, right? Yeah. I recommend around Christmas time, if you guys don't have like tools, check out Lowe's around the holidays. They have crazy sales on sets like this. Even mechanic sets. That's why I have so many. I'm like, you can't pass the deals up, man. And obviously the Crafts and Stuff's guaranteed for life. So if you break it or whatever, the hand tools, they'll replace them. And these go on crazy deals. Like they had one last year, I almost got it was like a whole chest of drawers that pulled out, and it was like they call it the mechanic set, and I think it was like $200, and it's like an $890 set. So if you're ever looking for tools around the holidays, go check them out. I'm sure Home Depot does the same thing, but I'm more of a Lowe's guy. I used to be a Home Depot guy, but they stopped like having good wood, and just I can never find anything there after a while, and now I just default to Lowe's. I think that's all for this set. I am missing these two. I know they're out somewhere. We'll have to find those. I got another 9 mil out of here too somewhere. Don't drop it. And then this set I got from when what's it called? Kmart was going out of business. So that was years ago. But I got this set for a screaming deal because they were closing. Didn't know. Didn't know. But yeah, this is a screaming deal on this, just because they were going out of business. And these are actually really, really nice. 13, 14. This wrench is inside. I had to use that inside. Socket. I'm missing, of course, the 10 mil. I know it's on this bench. Where's that 10 mil? I literally was looking. Here it is. It's the only bad thing with these, are black. So they kind of blend in. So like you said down here, kind of hard to see, especially like when you're doing stuff. Helped your mom build a pallet deck or float deck, some kind of deck. That's awesome, dude. We had a mortar blow up in the car when we were trying to leave. Crazy fireworks show. Scared the crap out of my 6-year-old. Grandson Rowan is okay. Well, I'm glad everybody's okay. That's crazy, dude. I got a cheap wrench, came covered in oil. As soon as I dried it off, started to rust. Yeah, like these Husky ones are not very good. And like I said, these strip. Like they don't strip the bolt; they strip themselves. I mean, they're guaranteed you can get them replaced, but like I don't even want to bother. Always make sure 10 mil. Yeah, luckily, knock on wood, I got them. This is from the other set. Boom. So this is all good. Again, this one missing wrench is inside my house. Max, when you coming down to play mini bike, man? So we got that. So we're semi-organized now. This is all for the side cover for the pull start. This is just a bolt I had because again, I snapped that one on the backside. I was sizing up bolts. One too many Douglas. Probably August. Hey, that's when my birthday. My birthday's in August. That didn't even make sense. That's when my birthday. That's when my birthday. Boom. These can go in the other set. It's a 1/2-inch extension, 3/8 extension. This is the key for the other side for when I put on the clutches and stuff. I purposely have it here on a piece of wood so I don't lose it. Maybe the speakers will still be there. We could jam out. Maybe not. He's getting power pulled to his shop, I think, this weekend. And then his new house should have power, hopefully by August. You know how permits and stuff are. His house has been there for like 3 months. His brand new house. And it has no power because they mounted the one thing one way. And the power company don't like that. So they had to rerun all new wires and just flip the thing around. It's ridiculous. And they okayed it. And then they came out to do it. And they're like, no, that's not right. So he's nicer than me. I would have not been a very pleasant person. Yeah. The crazy thing is that he has the inspection done. They put the sticker on the box and everything saying it was good. And then it came out to do it and they're like, no, it needs to be turned around. So stupid. I would have MF'd everybody. And I would have been like, you're fixing that tomorrow and you're coming out the next day to hook this up. I'm not waiting another 2 months for you guys to drag your feet and do it when you want. Listen, I don't go out of my way to be a jerk, but I can be real mean when I have to. Sometimes you gotta MF somebody, man. You don't start out that way. You always start nice. But sometimes you gotta MF people. Oh yeah, 100%, dude. Like I say, he's a super good dude, nice guy. He owns this. He's the tree guy. I know, direct tree service. He does awesome work. That's how I met him. He dropped some trees in my yard for me, and then it turned out he lives right around the corner from me. Super nice dude. So if you guys are in like the North Florida area or whatever, or even close to it, he'll travel. Uh, direct tree service. Honestly, solid company. I'm not saying that because he's my buddy. Because I had another tree service out here and they sucked. But him, he's legit. Beautiful. So that's that. That's that. And these are the what's it called? DDM bits. And when they eventually wear out or snap, because everything wears out eventually, I use them as punches and they work really good for punches. Beautiful. I think that is that. We may cover up this beautiful flywheel right now with the pull start. What the hell was that? Oh, my magnet. There's that 7 mil. It's been a while. How are you? Hey, what's up, Johnny? How are you, buddy? You doing well? Working on a mini bike motor, souping it up. Honestly, I should be able to try to fire it up today. Obviously, in our group chat, you'll see it if I get it going today. I don't want to mount it on the mini bike and then fire it up. I kind of want to break it in, like a bench break in. Um, I had to figure out a way to do that. I think I had 2x4s. I might make like a half-ass holder and bolt it to the 2x4 and just run it in. Perhaps we'll see. Kind of taking my time with it because again, I'm not very keen or really know what exactly I'm doing. That's all following videos. I'm talking to KGM and Gus when I have questions. So again, I don't know everything. I just surround myself with smart people. Man, that's gonna suck to cover up. Bolt it to some wood. Yeah, that's the plan. And I believe yeah, I live on a dirt road. And I own 10 acres. So I can literally ride this to my buddy's house or rip it around. I have the track I'm working on behind my shop. So I have land. I live on dirt road. There's riding trails all over the place. So I can ride it every day if I want. Yeah, Mr. 10 acres. Hey, He asked. Coach Chiga. Mex has been here. He can validate that. I can pretty much drive it anywhere. Hell, I can drive it to the bar. I'm not 100% sure how this coil should be ran. So we're going to do a little test fit here. I obviously don't want it near the flywheel. Get one bolt in here just to hold it for now. That's dope. It's hard to find an area around Indy to drive these. It sucks, bud. Yeah, that's why I always like doing this stuff. Obviously, I never got this in depth with it, but I always like mini bikes and dirt and quads and go karts. Just one, never had a shop big enough to really like do things, and I could ride them where I used to live, but not like as awesome as here. So now that the shop's built and stuff, I can start doing this stuff again. You only got a Taylor 40 still. This isn't going in an RC car. This is going in a mini bike. But only, what do you mean? Taylor 40 is nuts, dude. Make sure my ground is on there. Yeah, that would be sick in the dunes, bro. And don't worry, there's no oil or nothing in this yet. It's still bone dry. Just the oil I used to put it together. I didn't use like build oil or whatever the hell you call it. I just used motor oil to grease everything. New Lucas Dam in Indianapolis. There's an industrial area that can be often deserted. That we said, hey, that's kind of cool. It's on road modded. That's sick, dude. 30 ACC, 3N trucks been nothing but a headache. Really? That sucks, dude. What problems are you having? You bought a new OBR engine for it? Gus has an OBR engine actually. I don't think he installed it in anything yet, though. Hell yeah. One step closer. That sucks. I had to cover up that flywheel though. That looks so pretty. 36cc originally as a Roman buggy. That's sick, dude. 36cc though, still rips, dude. Beautiful. They do look sick with no gas tank on them. Actually, we're gonna do a little update for my video because again, we're filming this as I do it. So shh, no talking. Boom. There we go. Pull start on. It's a shame we have to cover up that flywheel, but yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty now. We had to put the throttle plate on, and they say you can't run the tank on top of the motor with this throttle plate. Can't or shouldn't is two different things. So we're gonna figure something out maybe. But yeah, we're getting there. Again, we're actually doing this live right now. If you guys don't know, I do a live stream every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday morning RCs. I know this isn't RC, but it's still badass. We do a little bit of everything. Let's get back to it. And I'll show you guys after I put I think next step, we'll put the carb on. Make this look nice. For a spark plug. This kit does come with a new spark plug. I had to stock one in there now, but we're going to put this spark plug in there. Mount that all up. And then we're going to figure out the throttle plate. And it'll probably be the end of the video because I think we're going to do the install on the mini bike live one night. We'll do it like a nighttime live so we can get a little more rowdy during the live stream. But hell yeah. And we also have to put on the one part of the torque converter here. But yeah, I think after I get this carburetor on, I'll update you guys. Hell yeah. Yeah, you can hydro dip that. Yeah, I was thinking about painting it. It came here with a gap a mile wide in the coil. Figured that out, and sucking air too bad would run gasket here, wear bad, and so was the power. Damn, dude, that sucks. Say quiet on set, right? Smash that like button. Yeah, much appreciated, Billy Bob. Beautiful. So this is going to go, yeah. And then this is designed to snap that in. Yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty now, man. And I know the carb's not on, so there's not a lot of back pressure or nothing, but with the spark plug in, it doesn't feel too bad. It's not wanting to jerk around or nothing. So hopefully my lash is set correctly. That's my main concern. But again, I talked to Gus. He said, do it at the top, dead center, and set your lash. So that's what I do. Got any go-karts or dirt bikes too? I have, this is for a mini bike I'm working on. I'll show you. Working on that mini bike. So that's going to get this motor in there. Torque converter, and then the next project, a rideable project, will be a go-kart. Obviously, I got the side-by-side back there too, but getting there, one step at a time. I got that for a screaming deal. Guy rode it like 4 times, so gonna pass it up. Knocked over my tripod. But beautiful. Got that. And then with this throttle, because if you don't get this throttle plate, you have to make some kind of jury rigged thing for the throttle to work when you're doing this. And people say it can be hit or miss. It can be sticky. It's not very good. So everybody recommends just getting this plate. It's not expensive. So I said, if I'm building it like this, I might as well. I don't want my throttle to stick. Yeah, Johnny, getting there, man. Everything's a work in progress, dude. But we're almost at an hour already. Again, I try to keep these live streams around an hour long. But I figured I'll update you guys on what's happening with the dirt bike, or not dirt bike, mini bike. And yeah, I'm actually having a blast doing this. Again, I'm following, I'm not this, the video that's going to come out is not a tutorial by any means. I'm watching videos. I'm talking to Gus, talking to KGM, trying to make sure this is done correctly. One, because there's money in this and I don't want it to blow up. And two, it's not like an RC car where I can kind of just throw caution to the wind. If it explodes, it explodes. I'm on this. You know what I mean? It's going to go about 60. So I want to make sure it's not going to blow a rod through my crotch. Giggity. But I think we're going to end it there. I'm going to end it like I always do. Again, I appreciate you guys showing up. We'll be live next week, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We should have a running mini bike. I plan on filming a video and posting a run video for today, but I got so sidetracked with this, I lost track of time. So wherever you are in the world, have a good afternoon, have a good morning, afternoon, or night. I'll catch you guys next week. Hit that like button on the way out. Share. We're getting close to 3,000. So let's keep pushing, man. Have a good one, guys.